kindergarten. It's Mrs. Mossotti here. So Rachel, Samantha, and I decided to go on a little field trip today. And we have our bikes with us, and we decided to come up here to the community college, which is kind of in my backyard a little bit. And up here at the community college, they do what's called a storybook walk. So we thought today we'd take you guys on a storybook walk. And today we're going to read the story Dreamers by Yuyi Morales. So if you guys ever want to do this with your mommies and daddies, right here it says Storybook Walk locations, and they list the different parks where they do this at. So this would be something great for you guys to do with mommies and daddies, either on your bikes or take a walk with your puppies. The other thing is they put on here that they change the book once a month. So every month they have a different book. All right, here we go. And we're going to go and try to find page 1. Okay, so we're at page 1, and this is the title page. And again, it says Dreamers by Yuyi Morales. It's taking Rachel, Samantha, and I, all three of us, to try to figure this out. Okay. All right, kindergarten, here we go. I dreamed of you, then you appeared. Together we became resplendent life, you and I. And it says more, love, amor, which means love, love, love. So look, this is a mommy, and she dreamed of having this little baby, and they finally got together. She finally had this little baby, so I wonder what kind of adventures they're going to go on to together. All right, next page. One day we bundled gifts in our backpack and crossed a bridge outstretched like the universe. And it says, Adios, Corazon, which means heart. Does that mean heart, Samantha?
I don't know. According to Google, it did.
Okay. So kindergarten, we're learning this story along with you. And when we made it to the other side, thirsty and all, unable to go back, we became immigrants. So this mommy and her little baby left wherever they were at, and they decided to go to this great big city. And they're just in awe. They just can't get over how beautiful it is. So they're not able to go back where they used to live. And they're going to go on this new adventure in this new city. So let's see what happens next. My grantees, you and I. Because it's saying that they're immigrants, her and her little baby. The sky and the land welcomed us in words, unlike those of our ancestors. So they're in their new city. It says give thanks. But if you guys look at this real closely, in the sky, and it's backwards, it says say something. It says what? Speak English. So it sounds like some people aren't happy that they're coming over here to this new city. But our manner of the week is to show courage. And I think this mommy and this little baby are showing courage. They're not going to give up. They're going to try this new city and try to make a new life for themselves. So this is a great example of showing courage and not giving up. So let's see what's going to happen. Hopefully, or let me say this to you guys, I wonder if this new city will welcome them. So I'll kind of be thinking about that before I go to the next page. I wonder if the new city is going to welcome this new mommy and her baby. There were so many things we didn't know, unable to understand and afraid to speak. We made lots of mistakes. In kindergarten, a lot of times we said it's okay to make mistakes as long as we learn from them. So that's what this mommy and this little baby, they're probably going to make mistakes, but they're going to show courage and learn from those mistakes. Okay, let's see what happens on the next page. Okay, here we are, kindergarten, next page. You and I became caminantes. Thousands and thousands of steps we took around this land until the day we found. So this is another good time for you guys to stop and think. What do you think this mommy and her little baby are going to find on the next page? And if you look, they're both looking up. So I wonder if it's something tall that they find. Maybe it's this really tall building, maybe? Or maybe they see something really cool in the sky. Let's go to the next page and find out. Oh boy, kindergarten. Look where they ended up. What do you think this place is? Yep, it's the library. They ended up at the library. So it says, a place we had never seen before. Suspicious, improbable. So they see all these magnificent books. Look at all those books. Well, that's pretty exciting. So they're in the library. Let's see what's going to happen. All right, kindergarten says, unbelievable, surprising. So look, the little boy, he's even reaching for this little doggy book. In this doggy book, like, it looks like it says A to Z. Maybe he wants to learn his alphabet. Okay, let's see what book they choose, maybe. It says, unimaginable. So kindergarten, I know we've talked about this as avid readers, how when you become a reader, you can go on all these different adventures, or you can learn about new places or new things. So this little boy and this mommy, they seem so excited. It looks like they're comfy, cozy, and they're sharing a book together. So they're reading a book together, and they have all these different books out. I see a fire truck, fish, rockets, shark. Oh boy. So they're trying to learn about all kinds of different stuff. Wonder what they're going to read about next. Let's find out. It says, where we didn't need to speak, we only needed to trust. And we did. So this librarian is giving them a library card so they can check out some books. So this is part of being an avid reader too. You know, they don't need to speak, and they may not understand the words. Kind of like when we first started, when we were reading, some of the words we didn't understand. And so I bet they're able to look at those pictures to help them to read that story. And they're probably going to learn just like you guys did and be able to read those words and understand it. Okay, next page. Books become our language. Books become our home. Books become our lives. We learned to read. Look at all these books that they're taking home, kindergarten. You think they're avid readers? I know as avid readers, we've talked about reading many books. Not reading just one or two, but reading many books. Look, he even has a little book in his hands with his library card. And so they're learning how to read just like you and I did. All right, let's see what happens next. To speak, to write, and to make our voices heard. So kindergarten, Samantha had a good point. Samantha's like, I wonder if she's going to make a book. So if you see in the background, I see all these pages. She has a needle and some thread. And the little boy has a pencil. So I wonder if they're going to make their own book together. We'll have to see what happens on the next page. Someday we will become something we haven't even yet imagined. But right now, so look, kindergarten, it looks like they might be making their own book. Do you see the mommy? She's doing the illustrations. Maybe the little boy's giving the mommy some ideas for their new book. And look, there's the yarn to put their book together. So they're working together and they're going to make their own book. All right, let's see how their book turns out. Here we go. We are stories. We are two languages. We are lucha. We are resilience. We are hope. We are dreamers, sonadoras of the world. We are love, amor, love. So love, love, love. You think these two characters are happy? So maybe you can talk to your mommy and daddy or brothers and sisters. And what makes you think that these two characters might be happy? So think about that and talk about that with your family. Why do you think that they're happy? And they still have all these beautiful books around them. Hey, kindergarten. So that was the end of our story. And again, that story was called Dreamers. So at the end, it has just this last part of the book, and it says my story, and it's the author kind of telling her story of how she came up with this book. And the girls and I were reading over it, and it sounds like this is something that had happened to her. But one thing that we found out that was really interesting was this one little part. It says, one of the most important things I learned at the library is that through books, we can find our path and our purpose. I also learned that I love to tell stories and that I could tell them through books. And so she studied books and admired books so much. And she was determined to make it on her own. So kindergarten, I mean, she showed a lot of courage by coming to a new country and learning new things and learning new language and different people. But one way that she did that was through the library and through different books. So the girls and I thought that that was a great ending to our story. So we hope you enjoyed this story today. And next month, the girls and I will come up and we'll kind of see what book they have up here for next month. But remember, at the beginning of this, we kind of showed you guys some other parks around us where they do the same thing. If you guys do this with your families, be sure and send some pictures to Mrs. Mossotti or a little video, or this could be your reader leader story. All right, signing off. Until next time. All right, kindergarten, I'm trying to be real quiet because on our little bike ride, we saw these ducks. Looks like a little family.
Aren't they cute?
Film the ducks, baby.
Okay.
Now, kindergarten, later on, if we see them, a lot of times we see a ton of turtles, and these turtles will be sitting on the rocks, and all of a sudden they'll jump into the water, and then you see their little heads peek out. If I see any, I'll tape it.
There's one over there.
Yeah, we gotta get closer. We gotta get closer.
There's just one. Oh, we're done. Go.
All right, kindergarten, we're trying to be real quiet. We found some turtles. There's like a big one that's out of the water. But then if you guys look closely, you can see like their little heads bopping up in the water.
Little black dots.
Yeah, the black dots. Can you get Samantha so they can see it?
Yeah, and there's one.
There's a ton of them out there.
There's one right there next to the tree.
But we don't want to go too close because they'll get scared and they'll go back into the water.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay, signing off.